Yo, what's going on, y'all? This is Marcus Rosa, aka Mazuma TV, back at y'all with some more boxing talk, man. I hope everybody's having a blessed, beautiful, positive, productive night. I hope you had a great day overall, man. I'm back at y'all with some more boxing talk. We're gonna be speaking about Teofimo Lopez versus Lindolfo Delgado being ordered by the IBF, Lawrence Okolie's PED scandal, and then of course we're gonna be talking about Oscar De La Hoya pressing Conor Benn in the latest Instagram story. But before we get into all of that, if y'all could please hit the like button on the way in, that'd be very much appreciated. We on the road to 4K. We well into the 3,400 mark, looking to crack that 3,500 mark in due time. Shout out to the nation and the mob for making this possible. I see the comments. What's going on, y'all? I came on a little late. My apologies for that. Better late than never, as they say. Son was giving me a little bit of trouble with the sleeping, man. Oh, damn. But he ended up waking up. I mean, he ended up going to sleep after, a while. But I don't know, man. It's like as he's getting older, his nap time is later, his sleep time is later. You know what I mean? I miss when that boy used to fall asleep 8:30. Now it's like I can have him do that now, but it's a lot harder than what it was previously. You know what I mean? But all in all, he's asleep now. I'm feeling blessed. You know what I mean? Really good to have him after a long weekend without him. You know what I'm saying? He certainly missed me. He jumped right on me. He been stuck on me ever since. So it's a beautiful feeling, man. Shout out to all the active. Shout out to the real parents out there. Shout out to the real mothers. Shout out to the real fathers. Shout out to the boy Agent 86. What up? Eduardo Alvarez. What's going on? What's going on? Lorenzo and the motherfucking Benzo. What up? My boy Justin. Justin Jackson in the building. What up? Jay, what up? Talk to me, man. How we feeling? Marissa just got this month's Ring Magazine. You gotta let me know what it looked like. Marissa, send me a DM. Ring Magazine been doing their thing with their covers and stuff like that. For real. Jay said TL 147 are gonna face Lindolfo for the IBF belt. Well, they ordered him to fight for the IBF belt at 140. That's the problem, Justin. That's why Jay had brought that up. But I appreciate you saluting my son, man. You know what I mean? My boy birthday coming up. I'm going to make sure I put up an Amazon registry list for anybody that wants to buy gifts for my son for his upcoming birthday. He turned in the big 3. So I'm going to put together some things on there, some sensory toys, you know what I mean? Clothes, of course, hoodies, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Swim gear, you know what I mean? Because we're going to have a long summer, you know what I'm saying? So definitely looking to, go to the beach and pools and stuff like that. So I'm gonna have a little bit of anything for anybody that wants to contribute to my son. Also, the book is in the works, y'all. They've been giving me some roadblocks. You know what I'm saying? For those of y'all who don't know, I wrote a children's book for my son. You know what I mean? Called Micah Finds His Words. My son does have a speech delay. So it's basically centered around that and the little words that he's saying as he's continuing to, progress. You know what I'm saying? So for those of y'all who have children, go ahead and copy you a children's book. They've been giving me a lot of issues. You know what I mean? They're super technical with how they want the book to look. So I have to constantly edit, rearrange things and stuff like that. But slowly but surely, your boy Marcus Rosa will be a published author. So that's another, accomplishment. You know what I'm saying? She said he is almost going to school. No, not yet, man. We got a couple years before we get into that. But I already got all of that taken care of. I know exactly where he's going to be going. Preschool, school. You know what I mean? He's going to have the best education possible, man. Like, cause I'm noticing like these public schools, man, they're not really as good with the education as they should be, in my opinion. So, you know what I mean? Definitely putting them in Catholic school, private school, whatever the case is. Oh, he has both at his, fingertips. So we'll see when we get there. You know what I mean? But shout out to everybody that's in the building, man. Shout out to everybody that's in the building. We're gonna get into these boxing topics. You know what I'm saying? I'm not expecting this to be I'm not expecting this live to be like a highly viewed live, because this is involving names that a lot of people don't really care to talk about, especially Lawrence Okolie and shit like that. But fuck it, we're gonna make it do what it do. We got to talk about what's currently going on in the boxing world and exactly what stood out to me. Now, let's get into this news right here. Shout out to everybody that's in the building. Y'all go ahead and hit the likes. Y'all likes do help a whole lot, man. You feel what I mean? It's getting my channel seen by people who've never come across the channel. So thank you very much for your support. I'm gonna go ahead and share the screen for the people to see. to announce, to pretty much speak on the news that was dropped by Ring Magazine. And according to Mike Coppinger, the IBF has ordered Lindolfo Delgado to fight Teofimo Lopez for its vacant junior welterweight title, sources tell The Ring. The title became available after Richardson Hitchens vacated the belt yesterday. Lopez was contemplating to move up to 147, but now could fight for another title at 140 pounds next. Now, looking at this situation, I was kind of confused as to why the IBF ordered Delgado to face Teofimo Lopez, because the last time I had checked the rankings, I had seen that Lindolfo Delgado and Oscar Duarte, are pretty much ranked at the top of the list. But from what I understand, Oscar Duarte, from what I've been hearing, is going the WBC route now. I guess he didn't really like the way that the IBF went about the situation, or, I guess he was just looking for the next best option, and an option came across his table that he couldn't refuse. Maybe he didn't want to fight his, current stablemate in Lindolfo Delgado. Maybe he didn't want to do that, which, if that's the case, I highly disagree with that. We've seen guys like Sergey Derevyanchenko and Daniel Jacobs fight each other for the IBF middleweight title at one point in time while they had the same coach. And, Sergey Limpinets went to go train with somebody else just to fight Daniel Jacobs, and they sparred millions of rounds together. So, if they could do it, why can't they do it, right? But regardless, this is what the IBF ordered. I did think it was a bit weird that Teofimo Lopez was offered this opportunity, because everywhere I've been looking, it looks like Teofimo Lopez has been talking about going up to 147 pounds. That's what he's been saying. That's what he just said in the latest interview. I forgot exactly what the platform was called, but I was just reacting to their videos a couple days ago. I think it's called like Boxing High or something like that. I could be wrong. But Teofimo Lopez pretty much made it seem like he outgrown the 140-pound weight class, and basically him being at the division that long is the reason why Shakur Stevenson had success. He made weight excuses, so it would be crazy for him to accept this opportunity at 140 pounds when he's made it clear that he's going up to 147. I'm pretty sure the sanctioning bodies know this as well, but maybe there was some conversations that was had behind the scenes where, I guess Teo was open to the idea of fighting for the IBF belt. Regardless of the situation, though, do I think Teofimo Lopez accepts this? I'm kind of 50-50 on it, but at the same time, I am leaning towards no. I don't think Teofimo Lopez is going to take this opportunity. I think he's going to end up going to welterweight and seeing exactly what's up there. Lindolfo Delgado isn't a big money fight, so I feel like if Teo was to take this, it'll simply be for the belt. I've never heard Teofimo Lopez be big on the IBF specifically, but at the end of the day, the IBF is the sanctioning body that gave Teo his first opportunity to fight for a world title back when he fought Richard Comey in the lightweight division. So he might take it, he might not, but this is just another situation where somebody comes up short in a fight and they just granted another world title opportunity. Why is it happening? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Do I think he deserves a world title shot next? No, absolutely not. I think he should be doing what Brian Norman's doing, coming off of a loss, and that's pretty much getting back in the winning column. You know what I mean? Fighting somebody where he's going to be able to get back, in the mix and be associated with, those bigger names at 147 pounds. Teofimo Lopez should be worrying about getting back, but I guess the IBF sees things differently. I guess they feel like, Teofimo Lopez would be a good name for them to possibly represent their sanctioning body. I don't know exactly what the reasoning is, but, this is the era that we in right now, man. Losers are getting rewarded with world title opportunities. They don't have to, redeem themselves. None of that. I mean, it's like, oh, we know you lost. We know you got dominated in your last fight, but you're still a big name. So let's go ahead and give you another opportunity. And it's like, what about the guys that are coming up in that sanctioning body that will kill for that opportunity, who've never gotten an opportunity, who actually have been on the winning side of things and not coming off of a loss? You know what I mean? I do think it's a bit unfair, but, business isn't always fair. We've seen it happen in the sport of boxing time and time again, where we felt like, this, that A should have happened, but B happens instead because, the B side, the B situation happened to be more profitable or made more business sense to them. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. I would have liked to have seen Oscar Duarte fight for the belt. I feel like that would have been fair. To be honest with you, he was supposed to fight Richardson Hitchens. For whatever reason, Richardson Hitchens wasn't able to fight that day. They said food poisoning. I don't really believe that. I think he didn't feel good after the rehydration process and didn't want to go in with that style, knowing that he didn't feel 100% or at least close to it. So he pulled out of the fight as a result of that. That's what I'm leaning towards, to be honest with you. I guess that's me just having my conspiracy theory hat on. But all in all, man, Teofimo Lopez is given another opportunity after getting absolutely dominated and smoked in his last fight. So, who knows? Maybe Teofimo Lopez will take an extra fight at 140 pounds to win a title there to become a champion once again. Will he do it? I don't believe so, but I wouldn't be surprised if he did it. So I guess more information will come out in due time. You know what I mean? Tio has to say yes or no. If he says yes, then, we don't want to hear this weight excuse as to why you lost to Shakur Stevenson. Obviously, it's not that much of an issue if you're going back to the division. And if he says no, then that lets us know that he's done with 140 pounds and he's looking to, start a new chapter in the welterweight division. That's what it sounds, so we'll see as time goes on. But if he says yes and he fights Lindolfo Delgado, that's going to let me know. And I think he could beat Lindolfo Delgado, by the way. I think that Lindolfo has the style that Teofimo Lopez would really do well with. You know what I'm saying? But, he'll be looking like an absolute hypocrite if he takes his fight with Lindolfo, because he made it seem like him being at 140 was the reason why he lost to Shakur, when making it seem like he should have been at 47. So it is what it is. Like I said, more information will come out on this soon. And if Lindolfo and Teofimo Lopez fight, then that's another big fight for the 140-pound division. So shout out to everybody that's in the building. Let me see what the people are saying in the comments below. Shout out to everybody that's interacting in the chat. My boy Justin said, niggas too buddy in boxing. I mean, that's the era that we in, man. These dudes rather be friends than make money. That shit is crazy to me. Like, you rather preserve a relationship rather than coming up with a stupid bag that could benefit you and your family, and that you can still be friends with the dude after the fact. Really don't understand it, but that's just the era that we in. I seen a former Philly promoter, Russell Peltz, absolute legend, was on on Facebook venting about how, he's trying to get, this guy to fight this guy, but apparently, they're friends and they spar each other all the time, so they don't really want to fight each other. And then he was like reminiscing back then when he was a promoter, when he was in his prime as a promoter, and, friends fought each other all the time. You know what I'm saying? So he was just saying how, basically, like, these motherfuckers are scared to take chances, when back in the days, it was normal for friends to fight each other. So this is a theme that's affecting the sport of boxing in a negative way, in my opinion. And I really hope that this comes to a stop sometime soon. Hopefully, guys like Keyshawn and Shakur Stevenson could fight each other so we can get rid of this whole idea that, we're friends. I see it in the amateurs too. Like, I do matchmaking for shows. A lot of y'all don't even know that. Like, I help my father matchmake shows for our amateur events, and I'm looking to do matchmaking for events overall. But for Pivot Boxing Academy, I help do the matchmaking, and I've made matches in the past, and I've had coaches reach out to me like, "Oh man, that's our friend, man. So we won't be taking that fight, but thank you." And it's like, in the amateurs, oh man, my son and his son are really good friends, so no. But I'm not hearing the other side say that, and then come to find out, he's like, "Yo, we not even cool all like that." Like, but niggas just be doing that just to avoid competition. That's just what it is. It happens in the pros. It happens in the amateurs, man. My boy Anonymous said, "I'm tired of seeing losers get title shots." Yeah, that should be given by winners, even if they're not as notable, even if they're not as big of a draw. But when guys are popular, they got a name, or they could sell some tickets, or they known in the boxing world, amongst casual and hardcore fans. It's like, it seems like they skipped the line, man. They got that, that Six Flags Flash Pass. That's, they skip the line, and they get to the ride before everybody else. They get the opportunities before everybody else. That's just the business of boxing. I guess overshadowing what's, the morality, I guess, of boxing or what's right for the sport of boxing. It is what it is. My boy Rouse said, damn, maybe fighters should start losing fights. Should just start losing fights. They get more shots than dudes who actually win. Yeah, that and fighters might actually start thinking that way. And I'm not saying that anybody will lose on purpose, but that's gonna nowadays, like if a fighter loses, they could be like, oh well, I'm still a big name. I can still get another opportunity. And it's like instead of like, all right, man, I need to go back to the drawing board, fix some things, and I got to climb back up to the top of the mountain. You ain't even got to do that no more because now they just giving you opportunities fresh off of a loss. Bro, this Shakur just smoked Tio. When was that? The end of January? Come on, man. You get an opportunity. You get an opportunity 3 months after you get smoked. It's like, what type of shit is that? Oh man. Let me see. Let me see what the people talking about, man. Trick said they really did Oscar Duarte dirty. They did though. They did though, man. The IBF should have did the right thing. Oscar Duarte was supposed to fight for the belt. You know what I'm saying? Hitches wasn't able to. I understand that they probably couldn't find the replacement to fight for the IBF belt on, less than 24 hours notice. I get it. But he should have automatically been next to fight for the IBF belt. You know what I'm saying? But, no. What can we do? Shout out to the 22 people that's in the building. Y'all go ahead and hit the likes. Agent 86 said, it will make Tio look bad if he accepts the fight with Delgado. Absolutely. Absolutely. Because it's going to be a complete contradiction to your previous interview. You literally alluded that you were a drained fighter going in there with Shakur Stevenson. That's what you said. I didn't say that. The nation didn't say that. Fans didn't say that. Media outlets didn't say that. You said that. You know what I'm saying? You made it seem like you were at 140 too long, and that played a factor into why you performed the way you did with Shakur Stevenson. So if you go ahead and you get this opportunity by the IBF at 140 pounds to fight Lindolfo Delgado, who's a 140-pound fighter, and you accept it, that everything that you said in that interview was bullshit. And we know that Teofimo Lopez is a compulsive liar. Compulsive liar, man. So much so that he understands that he's a liar, and he tries to twist it and say that it's him pimping the media when it's really you just being a liar, trying to cover up, something, and then you always get exposed for it. See, that's why, not saying that I've never lied, but that's why I try to refrain from doing it because it's hard to keep up with, man. And I don't have the memory to be keeping up with lies. You feel me? So, I try to stay away from that shit, overall. But everybody has done their fair share of lying. But Teofimo Lopez is just like, he lie about shit that he don't even need to lie about. This motherfucker going to say that he didn't fight Devin Haney after ducking him and mentioning people's religion and disrespecting, the finances of the event. He says that he didn't fight Devin Haney because he had no motion. Devin Haney, one of the biggest names in the sport. You fucking dummy. What are you talking about? Like, Shakur has motion. No. You fought Shakur because you had no other choice. You wanted money. Turkey was the only one willing to give you what you wanted, but it had to be under his conditions. And his conditions was fight somebody. You feel me? But anyways, man, I digress from that whole situation. We spoke about that multiple times. Trick said, can you imagine if it was Benavidez or Booth saying, no, I don't want to fight that guy. That's my friend. Can't even picture it. Absolutely not. I just heard Scooter Davis the other day saying that he don't believe in none of that friend shit in boxing, man. Like, he said, yo, if the check there and we fight, then we gonna fight. I hope you make it back home safe to your family. But when we in there, it ain't no love in that ring. Like, I'm gonna try to punch through you. That's what Scooter Davis said, and I love that mentality because these new boxers, man, this new generation of boxers, they trying to make fans feel like they crazy for wanting them guys to fight they friends. It's like, what the fuck? Like, we not asking for anything that's out of the ordinary. We seen this happen before. They're like, no, man, that's my brother, man. It's like, y'all niggas, y'all scared money. Y'all trying to play behind this friendship, but y'all scared money. Either A, scared of B, or B, scared of A. Or maybe y'all both scared of each other and don't want to, oh, but my family know his family. So the fuck what? So what? Y'all niggas is not blood brothers, man. You give a fuck how many times y'all call each other that? Y'all not that. Y'all not that. Y'all ain't come from the same mom. Y'all wasn't born and raised out the same crib. Y'all niggas not even from the same city. Y'all nowhere near each other. Shakur was brought up in Newark, New Jersey, a half hour away from New York. This nigga, Keyshawn from Norfolk, Virginia. Boxing the only reason why y'all know each other. Y'all not real brothers. The fuck? My boy Lorenzo in the building. He said the part that gets me is T.O. lost very convincingly. Fight wasn't close at all. A shutout in my books, mine's as well. And right after the worst performance of his life, he gets a title shot. Yeah, absolutely. That's what's unfair, but you know what I mean? That's just the business of boxing revealing itself yet again. I guess in their eyes, why would we give somebody in the IBF rankings who doesn't really generate that much revenue? You know what I mean? We're not going to get a nice, if let's say, would you rather have 3% of, let's say, I don't know who's at 140. Would y'all rather get 3% of Oscar Duarte's check or 3% of Teofimo Lopez check? They both getting paid two different types of money. So who you think they're going to get that opportunity to? Teofimo Lopez. Why? Because they're going to leave him more bread at the end of the day. Even if Teo lose, they still getting a percentage because they're allowing him to fight for his title. So they getting sanctioning fees off of the winner and the loser. Shout out to my boy Mick Doonan for educating me on that. I thought the only motherfucker who got charged is the nigga who won the belt. No, if you participate for the belt, you got to pay for it. So it's a business, man. It's a business. But my whole thing is, if it's like that, then why even have a ranking system? Like, if y'all gonna pick and choose who the fuck y'all gonna have fight for the belt anyway, why have a ranking system? Y'all niggas might as well just get rid of the ranking systems and y'all could just pick whoever y'all want to pick. That's my whole thing. The ranking system useless if motherfuckers on the rankings ain't getting opportunities. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, man, we're going to move past that situation. I want to get into this story right here because we got to have a conversation about PED usage again in the sport of boxing, man. Y'all know when it comes to this PED usage shit, I'm one of very few YouTube channels in the game today who actually holds drug chiefs accountable and don't let fans forget about it. Because, a lot of these media outlets, in order to maintain credentials and maintain relationships with fighters so they can keep getting interviews and stuff like that, they try their best to avoid the elephant in the room. And I'm not one of them motherfuckers. Man, fuck y'all credentials. That's for one. If I really want to go, I'll just pay for a fucking ticket. I know y'all not going to refuse my money. And if y'all do, then y'all just fucking fools. You feel what I'm saying? I don't need interviews from anybody. You know what I mean? Speaking of interviews, I just did one with Makai No Limit Phillips, 9-0, 9 knockouts. A very promising prospect in the lightweight division, in my opinion. If y'all ain't see that Mazuma TV sit down, please go check it out. It was a solid interview all around the board. Very knowledgeable dude. But anyways, man, let me share the screen to read this article to y'all. That boy Lawrence Okolie, who was about to fight Tony Yoka. He was just about to fight Tony Yoka. Came back with an adverse finding in his latest drug test. Now, shout out to Chris McKenna for the article over at the New York Times. You know what I'm saying? I guess they call it the Athletic. Cool. Let's read, shall we? Says British heavyweight boxer Lawrence Okolie, who was a former cruiserweight champion, for what I understand, has returned an adverse finding in a VADA test ahead of his fight with Frenchman Tony Yoka, according to promoter Queensberry, a.k.a. Frank Warren. Writing on social media shortly after Queensberry announcement, Okolie said that he is confident an investigation will clear his name and that he will cooperate with the authorities. Okolie, 33, was removed from the bout against Yoka, the Rio 2016 super heavyweight gold medalist. Later on Tuesday, Queensberry announced it was canceling Saturday's planned fight in Paris. So I know Queensberry's sick because they just lost out on some money, man. A statement from Queensberry Promotions on Tuesday morning said last night, VADA informed Queensberry that Lawrence Okolie returned an adverse finding conducted ahead of the show in Paris this Saturday. A further update regarding the event will be made in due course. Let me see. Before anyone starts imagining the worst, following my bicep injury last year, I sustained an elbow injury on the same arm during this camp. Okolie said I had a treatment on it, and now we are here. I truly hope sense prevails. So basically what Okolie saying is I tested positive because I did a treatment on my elbow during this camp. And whatever that treatment has may have had something that was banned under VADA's testing. Cool. He says, I will, of course, be fully cooperating with all relevant authorities, and I'm confident any investigation will clear my name. I won't be making any further comment at this time. Thank you all for your support and see you soon. And this right here is a picture of Lawrence Okolie with some, I guess you would say, bandages on his, looks like his bicep, forearm, and then you got the elbow underneath, right? So that's his go-to. And, you know, a lot of these dudes that get caught with PEDs, they always have some sort of excuse as to why, you know, they tested positive for PEDs. Like Albert Puello just said that he had, you know, he had fertility issues. He had something with his testicles or whatever the case is. Tyson Fury, when he got caught, he was eating wild boar testicles. No jokes. That's something that you can see online for your own purposes. For your own research, you can go find that. Hold on, y'all. Let me see what's going on with this shit. What's going on? My fault, y'all. I'm having a little technical difficulty right now. Let's see. The fuck? Okay, we good. Anyways, see, a lot of these dudes always had their excuses. Tyson Fury had his excuses. What was Conor Benn? I forgot exactly what his excuse was. But they said something about eggs or whatever the case is, which is why he got smacked by one. Shout out to Chris Eubank Jr. It was a few, you know, everybody got their excuses. I mean, if y'all remember any of the excuses, just let me know and I'll go ahead and I'll recite them for the people to see. Trying to think who else. I'm drawing a blank right now. But anyways, man, everybody always has their excuses. My whole thing is, man, when you are doing VADA testing, right? You need to disclose everything that you're doing so that way you could avoid these type of announcements from being made. For example, if you're doing a treatment for your elbow, considering that you had an elbow injury, you need to ask what is in, because when you're doing any type of treatments, that means that these things are going into your bloodstream. These are things that are going into your body, right? Whether it's medication, you know, shots, you know, pills, whatever it is, you need to have your doctor communicate with you to let you know exactly what it is that's in your system, and then go ahead and relay that to VADA to see, so you could pretty much get an exemption. You need to find out whatever it is that's in your system. Is it something that could be on the VADA on VADA's banned substance list? Then from there, if it is something that's in your system that is ultimately banned by VADA, then you need to go ahead and let them know what you got going on, so you could get some sort of exemption, so you could avoid these type of situations from happening. Now, do I feel like personally, in my mind, that everybody who's ever tested positive for performance enhancement drugs took it knowingly? No, not all the time. You know what I mean? I don't know who is who. I don't know who took it knowingly or unknowingly, But what we could all agree on is that every single person that has popped positive has had some type of irresponsible ways or just absolute negligence on their part. You see what I'm saying? So, Lawrence Okolie could say a million and one things as to why, he popped for an adverse finding. But at the end of the day, man, you need to know what is entering your body. You need to know what you're drinking. You need to know what you're eating. You need to know the vitamins that you have, whatever it is. Even if you're taking sleep medication, you need to be well aware of everything that is in your body. And not only that, I heard that if you reach out to VADA, let's say you have supplements, right? You could turn them into VADA and they would test them for you and let you know whether that's good or no good. So why was it that Lawrence Okolie didn't communicate to VADA that he had a treatment done on his elbow? It's like it's something that's not being communicated, and because you didn't communicate this, now you're gonna have this PED test on your record forever. It's just something that doesn't go away, regardless of you justifying yourself in the courts or proving your innocence. People are always gonna bring this up because you could go ahead and make this excuse, and they may believe that excuse, but then there's always gonna be somebody that be like, who's to say that that's where that came from? You know what I'm saying? There's always going to be somebody, and they're going to have a valid argument for that. You feel what I'm saying? So you just got to move responsibly, man. And it's not impossible because there's a lot of fighters who went throughout their whole career without testing positive for a banned substance while, doing VADA testing. Terrence Crawford, Andre Ward, Floyd Mayweather. You know what I'm saying? There's plenty of guys that have done it throughout their whole career and never popped. Errol Spence, Sean Porter, Jermell Charlo, the Charlo brothers, Demetrius Andre, David Benavidez, he popped for cocaine, but it's like it was clearly, he was out of competition. He admitted it was recreational. You know what I'm saying? But outside of that, no. But what I wanted to bring up, is the fucking UK, bro. I love the UK, man. I got UK brother. Shout out to my boy. Shout out to my guys, Hashim Hassan, who's gonna be fighting in Pivot Boxing Academy May 16th. We're gonna have UK fighters fighting on our amateur shows in Philadelphia. The last fucking time we brought the Haneys out to the trenches. Now we over here and we bringing motherfuckers from the UK to compete in Philadelphia. Come on, man. Like, who doing this? Like, who's doing amateur shows where we bringing motherfuckers from across the globe to throw hands? This ain't even a pro show. This is an amateur show. But I got love for my UK brothers, man. And I forgot I'm fucking Jordan Sheriff. Shout out to my boy Jordan Sheriff out in the UK as well. Shout out to my boy Mick Doonan. You know what I'm saying? All my UK brothers, man, I got a lot of love for y'all. But goddamn, bro, y'all niggas got a wide list of guys. And I put a list together for y'all of guys who have been caught on performance enhancement drugs. And I'm going to go ahead and run these names off to y'all. These are like clear public UK cases that I've come across. And we're going to start with the Furies, Tyson and Huey. I mean, they basically got caught up in the same, scandal. You know what I mean? They had like elevated levels of nandrolone, metabolites, you know what I mean, in their system. And, they received bans for that. Then, of course, you got Conor Benn, who had clomiphene in his system in the lead up to the first Chris Eubank fight. You know what I'm saying? Then you got Lawrence Okolie. He had an adverse, finding. Then you got somebody by the name of Dennis McCann. He had anabolic steroids in his system. He had several PEDs in his system. So shout out to Dennis McCann for being a fucking drug cheat. Shout out to Billy Joe Saunders, who tested positive for exolafine or some shit like exolafrine in the lead up to the Demetrius Andre fight. You know what I'm saying? Where Massachusetts later on denied him a license. Then you got Dillian White, who received a 2-year ban in 2012 for PED usage. You know what I'm saying? He had then he popped in 2019 And then he also popped in 2023. Enzo Macronelli, you know that cruiserweight dude who I think knocked out Roy Jones a few years back, received a 6-month ban for PED usage. Somebody by the name of Jazz Wilson tested positive and received a 2-year ban. Then you got somebody by the name of Muhammad Ali. Not this Muhammad Ali, not the greatest. No, we're not talking about the absolute icon. We're talking about the Great Britain amateur boxer. You know what I'm saying? We talking about that guy. It says the Sky and the Guardian reported he was banned for 2 years after testing positive for trenbolone. God damn. Then you got somebody by the name of Ryan Barrett. He tests positive. Then you got somebody by the name of Ryan Llewellyn. You got amateur boxers testing positive out in the UK. God damn. And that's a wide range of people that have tested positive in the UK for performance enhancement drugs. I ain't gonna lie, y'all PED squad a little bit crazier than these Mexican squad. Y'all motherfuckers rolling deeper than Eddie Reynoso camp when it comes to PED usage. God damn. Y'all niggas, y'all gotta tighten up over there, man. I heard that, there's certain shit over there that's not banned, that's banned over here. That's probably why y'all popping all the time. I don't know what it is, man, but get them fucking PEDs out your system and be a fucking clean fighter, man. This is already a dangerous sport as it is. A lot of motherfuckers die stepping in that boxing ring or lead them bitches a shell of themselves. We almost had a close call with Shadesha Green last weekend. You know what I'm saying? So we got to be more careful, man. We got to really do our homework. We got to do our research on what it is that's coming, in terms of like things that we're taking, things that we're drinking, eating, what have you. Shots that we're putting into our bodies, supplements that we're taking. All of these things need to be looked at, man. You know what I mean? If y'all motherfuckers is drinking bottled water, make sure that, that motherfucker was sealed prior to you drinking it. Make sure you keep that bottle of water with you. I heard Victor Conti talking about that they could manipulate your toothpaste or whatever the case is. And you know what I mean? You brush your teeth and now you got a banned substance in your system, man. Don't trust nobody. Don't trust none of this shit that be going on in this sport, man. Shit is very dirty. You feel me? So I don't know what happened with Okolie. Maybe he's completely innocent. You know what I'm saying? And that elbow treatment is what caused them to have an adverse finding. Whatever the situation is, man, you gotta tighten up. You gotta do your fucking homework, and you gotta make sure that everything that you're doing anything that you're doing isn't leading to a positive test. Because from there, you're gonna have these promoters mad at you, looking at you sideways, whether they could trust you or not. Once they feel like you fucking with their money, that's how your dumb ass sit on the shelf. And I know Frank Warren pissed. I know he wanted to be out in Paris and he wanted to, make a couple dollars. He wanted to enjoy himself over there, but you can't keep your shit together. So he had to cancel the whole show because you wasn't coming correct. So, you know what I'm saying? Very interesting thing with, Lawrence Okolie. He says that he's cooperating with authorities as he should, because if he wasn't, then that would be very suspicious. Maybe he is innocent, maybe he's not. But the reality is, man, y'all motherfuckers got to tighten up and make sure that y'all doing shit right the first time. So Hannah Gabriel's had dog cream on her and tested positive. That's a crazy situation. That's a crazy situation. Shit like that, I guess you could look past, but who's to say that she got it from the dog cream? Really, you know what I'm saying? Like you can't trust this shit. You know what I mean? We just can't take people's word, all the time. You know what I mean? That's why it's just best to avoid that shit overall. It's a Eddie Reynoso, aka Kingpin of PEDs. There's definitely some weird shit going on over there, man. Definitely some weird shit going on in the Reynoso camp. You know what I mean? You already know these media outlets wasn't reporting it. These reporters that be around Eddie Reynoso and them, they're not asking those questions because they want to interview Canelo. They want to be cool with Canelo because he's such a star. They want to be able to go to his fights for free. You know what I mean? They want to be able to, generate views off of him. And, A lot of these media dudes, man, they just want to be on these fighters' good side. That's just the reality. Me, I don't give a fuck. Anybody, whether I love you or not as a fighter, you pop, you already know I'm coming for you. I don't give a fuck who you is. The sport come first at the end of the day. If you fucking up, then we gonna address it. If you testing positive for shit like cocaine, marijuana, I might even look past a diuretic. You feel what I'm saying? Cause it's like, oh, all right, this nigga was trying to get a couple pounds off him. You know what I'm saying? So he took a diuretic to shit that shit out. But the thing about diuretics, they could be looked at as masking agents too. So you gotta be careful with that, man. But who's to say that you're taking this diuretic to lose weight? Maybe you're using it to hide something that's in your system already. Gotta be careful, man. I mean, especially my black brothers, man. You already know they looking for a reason to roof one of y'all niggas. They looking for a reason to crucify y'all in the media. Make sure you moving diligently, man. That's all I really got to say about that. Yeah, I mean, that Lawrence Okolie situation, that shit definitely sucked. You feel me? I don't think anybody wants to go through that. You know what I'm saying? But that's what happens when you're not taking the time to make sure that you're moving correctly, man. You know what I mean? My boy Trick said, word on the street, Eddie Reynoso hosts carne asada cookouts blasted with clenbuterol. Crazy, man. But to be real with you, I was doing some research on clenbuterol, and apparently they shoot up a lot of livestock with clenbuterol to make them bigger. So when they slaughter them, they'll have like more meat to I guess harvest from it. And there was situations where soccer players. I read a story where it was like soccer players. I don't know if they was from Mexico, but they were in Mexico, and the whole team had tested for clenbuterol in their system after eating food in Mexico. But I don't know, man. That's tough. That's really tough. Um, because at the end of the day, you pop. So it's like, and maybe that's why the WBC raised the levels. I also feel like they raised the levels just so they won't get another positive test out of Canelo. I mean, they want to keep his, reputation clean so they can continue to make money off of him. But I heard that Mexico has a history with clenbuterol. I'm gonna just say that. That doesn't necessarily mean that these motherfuckers is innocent. But I mean, there's no way to really tell when you're eating, steak or beef, whatever the case is, that shit has clenbuterol in it. You know what I mean? But my boy J Cash said that's cap. You could easily buy PEDs over the counter in Mexico, like buying aspirin. You know what I heard? Because I'm gonna say this, like cutmen, they be using adrenaline, right? Because when they're handling cuts, if you put adrenaline on the cut, if you know how to mix it, if you know how to operate and all that, it can stop bleeding from happening, right? And I heard that adrenaline is very hard to get in the States, or it may it's hard to find, and if you do get it in the States, it's very expensive. But I heard in Mexico, that shit is like at your disposal over there. Like it's very easy to come across. And I know cutmen that knew people in Mexico, that when they will come over for shows around here, they'll have adrenaline and they'll buy the adrenaline off of the people that live in Mexico. Like I heard of shit like that. So that's not, I'm inclined to believe Jay Cash, to be honest with you. My boy Trick said I eat a lot of carne asada, so I wouldn't be shocked if I tested positive for clenbuterol. That's funny. Let me see. See, look, it says on ESPN, it says 23 players failed doping tests in Mexico in 2012 to 2013. It says 23 players from Liga MX were featuring in matches involving Mexico Football Federation tested positive for banned substance between 2012 and 2013. Let's see. In 2011, 5 Mexico national team players tested positive for clenbuterol and missed the Gold Cup that year. However, the Federation's disciplinary commission ruled the positive tests were due to contaminated meat, and the players involved were not punished. So this should be happening over there. It should definitely be happening over there. And maybe Canelo really fell victim to that. But you know, considering Eddie Reynoso has a pattern in terms of fighters testing positive, it makes me feel like it may have very well been intentional. Damn. My boy Jay Cash put me on the shit I didn't even know. He said it's easy to get that stuff over there. You could get growth hormones, which is HGH, testosterone, metabolic steroids, fat burners with no prescription. Just walk in and ask for it in Mexico. That's crazy. That's insane. I ain't gonna lie to you. The fact that you could just get that with no prescription, crazy, bro. I remember I was trying to get some type of, cause I got like skin issues. Y'all see all the scars I got on my arms and shit. I ain't had medical at the time, so like I was trying to figure out like where I could get this ointment at, right? And bro, I couldn't find it nowhere, and I was like, "Can I just buy it?" So I was trying to see if I could buy it. Nope, you need a prescription. Can't just buy it. But Mexico sound like everything is for sale. Shit, crazy. I remember when I posted the ointment on my Instagram story, and Instagram took it down like, "Oh, you can't post this type of shit on your story." Like what the fuck? Like, yo, the medical industry is absolutely insane in the States. I ain't gonna lie. Shit. They're like, you ain't gonna avoid paying us our money. It's the type time they on over there, but uh this is a random ass question. This is a curveball for real, for real. He said, Mark, what's your top 10 of wrestling theme songs? That's a good one. I can't do it in no particular order though, man, because I love a lot of these theme songs. And I'm gonna need some help in the chat as well. I don't know if I can come up with 10. But I love the Stone Cold Steve Austin theme song. I love when the glass break, and I love the guitar. That shit go crazy. So I love Stone Cold's theme song. I love the Edge. I love Edge theme song. What's that? Honestly, I see clearly. That shit go crazy. I love Randy Orton's theme song. You know what I mean? John Cena. There's a few. I love the Word Life theme song that John Cena got. The young John Cena. You know what I'm saying? This right here, Chain Gang. So it's that like 4. And of course, I love the You Can't See Me. My time is now. But I ain't gonna include all John Cena ones. But I love the Word Life one. Let me see. I love Mark Henry's John. Somebody go get their ass whipped. That shit go hard. So what's that, like 5 I just named? I like the Kurt Angle theme song. You suck. Yeah, that John go crazy. MVP. Yeah, Montel. Yeah. I remember MVP. I couldn't stand that nigga when I was a young boy, but he had swag though. I ain't gonna lie, I fuck with him. Brock Lesnar. Damn, I don't remember Brock Lesnar's John. I fuck with the Rock John. The Rock says, boom, 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 boom. The Rock says, not the one that I'm talking about, the old John. Oh yeah, you gotta talk about Shawn Michaels, John. Think I'm cute. I know I'm sexy. Yeah. I think that's like 7 right there. But I fuck with the Edges, John, man. Fuck with Edges theme song heavy. And Randy Orton's. I hear voices in my head. Yeah. That shit go crazy. Whoever used to write them songs, they was great at what they did. Who else, man? Jeff Hardy shit go crazy. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, he used to be dancing and shit. Shit. That's 8. I need 2 more. Kane Slow Chemical. Let me hear that, John. Hold on. I gotta hear this shit. Hold on. Would I remember it? Ooh, I remember that one. I remember that one. Yo, as soon as I heard it, I knew what you was. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, Kane John go crazy too though. Triple H. What was Triple H's John? Yo, you know who John went crazy too? Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon theme song was kind of crazy too though. Yeah, he used to do the little bop with that John. That shit was that shit used to go hard, low key. That shit used to go hard. I ain't gonna lie. Batista theme song. Here comes the money. Yeah. That's Shane McMahon, I think. Yeah, that shit. Yeah, bro. It's a lot, bro. That's tough. I think I named well over 10 by now. But yeah, Shane McMahon used to do that little stupid ass dance. Shane McMahon was a fucking showman though, man. I know he was Vince McMahon's son and all that, but that nigga was gangster, bro. The stunts he used to do and shit. Yeah, bro. I remember that nigga jumped off like the top of the cage. Like, he used to be wilding. Shane McMahon definitely earned his stripes, though. I ain't gonna hold you. Shawn Michaels, John, definitely go hard though. But John Cena got 2 bangers, dog. Like that Word Life, John. I can hear that shit in my head. That John go crazy every time. John Cena wrote like actual good songs though, man. Like John Cena got a song called Right Now. He got a song called literally Right Now. And that's like literally every time I hear that, bro, the nostalgia be crazy because that literally was like the theme song of my childhood. I love that song so much. Every time I hear it, bro, I kind of get sad in a way because it was like that shit make me miss my childhood. You know what I'm saying? That shit really make me miss my childhood. Y'all ever heard a song or watched a show or whatever that made you think back to your childhood? You be a little sad inside. You like, damn, like if I had like one moment to just go back and just feel what it's like to be a kid again, like that should be super dope, man. You know what I mean? Not saying that I hate adulthood or whatever, but you know what I mean, your childhood, man, that shit shapes you who you are, shapes who you are today. You know what I mean? There was a lot of beautiful moments in my childhood that I took for granted, man. Triple H. Let me hear the Triple H, John. Let me hear the Triple H, John, man. Let me see. Vince McMahon shit used to go hard, though. I ain't gonna lie. No chance. Yeah. Oh, of course. How did I forget that song? Time to play the game. Woo! Da-da-da, da-da-da. Yeah. Would y'all collect the wrestling figure? Yeah. Marissa, I used to collect all of them. I used to be mad as shit because I remember the one time I cried when I was a young boy because one of my favorite wrestling figures head popped off. And when the head popped off, you could not put them Jones back on. That shit used to piss me off, bro. I had all the cool action figures. I had the ring. I had the Hell in a Cell, John. I had all that. I really had all that shit. Jalil Aziz, what up, brother? Lorenzo says Shane had no reason to do what he did, but he did nothing but respect for him. Yeah, bro. I see Rey Mysterio still out here. Like, how the fuck he still doing what he doing, bro? That nigga done been through it. He been wrestling since the early 2000s. How the fuck he still out here wrestling? How old is Rey Mysterio? Bro, he 51 years old, man. Yo, if you don't go sit your ass down, Ray. Man, Rey Mysterio a legend. I know he filthy rich, bro. Fucking icon. Why he still wrestling? That shit like LeBron. Why the fuck LeBron still playing basketball? Go sit your old ass down somewhere. Nigga, you an all-time great. Look, J Cash said he said Rey Mysterio on his LeBron James shit. Ray said he got stem cells in his legs. That's why he can still move. Bro, everybody needs to do that, man. If you're an athlete, bro, and you're getting and you already feeling the wear and tear of the sport and you still got a lot left to give, man, you need to go ahead and get them stem cells. Christian, close your eyes. My favorite wrestler of all time is Stone Cold Steve Austin. When I was a young boy, it was John Cena, though. John Cena was the man. I love Jeff Hardy. Who else? There was a lot of niggas I didn't like though, man, because I was such a John Cena fan that anybody who was his op, I didn't like him. Like I was a young boy. Man, I was loyal. I was so loyal as a young boy, bro. I didn't grow to appreciate anybody else. That was a part of the sport. Like I hated. I used to hate Umaga, right? Because Umaga always used to beat the shit out of John Cena, bro. Bro, he used to fry John Cena. But now looking back, I'm like, yo, Umaga was a bad motherfucker, boy. Like he was gangster. I fucked with Rey Mysterio too. Rey Mysterio was my guy. But there was a lot of niggas I didn't like. Like you know who I didn't like? I hated Matt Hardy. Like Matt Hardy was so corny to me. He ain't had no swag. He was nothing like his brother, bro. He ain't had no swag. His moves was ass. Like he preferred. Like I didn't like him, man. I really did not like him. Chris Jericho is your favorite wrestler of all time. Stone Cold is my favorite. And The Rock, yeah, The Rock was the man. I fucked with The Rock too. You know what I mean? The Rock was gangster. If you smell what The Rock is cooking. Yeah. I like the Dudley Boys. I thought they was gangster. They used to do some crazy shit, bro. Ain't nobody was exempt from smoke when it came to the Dudley Boys. I remember they slammed. I remember the white Dudley boy. I forgot his name. Slammed this old bitch through a table. I'm like, what? Hell no, y'all niggas ain't got that, bro. I don't know what Vince was thinking. Fucking them old people up on them. The Nature Boy. Yeah, I fucked with Ric Flair. Ric Flair, he used to be so dark. I'm like, yo, how he white and he's so dark like that? Like them motherfuckers. Oh, them motherfuckers used to be spray tanning their asses off. Well, how he white and he dark skinned? What the fuck going on out here in these streets? Oh yeah, Bubba Ray. Yeah, Bubba Ray Dudley. Yup. Yeah. Yo, I heard about what the fuck was them dudes' names, man? They was the street niggas. I ain't gonna lie. It was the two black boys. They was like a duo though. Man, fuck. Their name wasn't like True Crime or something like that, right? What was their name? Oh no, nah, it's not True Crime. That was a video game I used to play. Uh, what was the two black boys that they was teammates? Crime Time. There you go. I heard the one boy, bro. That shit broke my heart. The bigger dude, he passed away, man. Yeah, Crime Time. There you go. Yeah. Yeah, bro. The one boy passed away. That shit broke my heart. The bigger boy, he drowned. Him and his son was, I guess they was swimming at the ocean or some shit, and they was both drowning, and they went to go rescue him. They went to rescue him, but he told them to rescue his son. Don't rescue him. So he basically sacrificed himself for them to save his son. Oh my god, bro, that shit broke my heart, man. They found he washed up on the shore after that. So like he was willing, and that's so real to me, bro. Like that's so real to me that, and I would do that shit in a heartbeat. Like I know it, bro. Like if me and my son was in that situation and you can only save one, bro, go get him, bro. Fuck that. I live my life. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna want to live on this earth if my son, like if my son were to meet his fate in that way and I'm still here, then nah, go save my son. You know what I mean? Don't worry about me. I'm cool. You feel me? Yeah, bro. That motherfucker. Yeah. The boy. Yeah, he drowned, bro. He was trying to save his 10-year-old from a strong rip current. He instructed lifeguards to rescue his son first, after which a wave swept him away. His body was found 3 days later. He told him, yo, go save my son. That's heartbreaking, bro. I ain't gonna lie. How about Andre the Giant? I mean, he wasn't my era. You know what I'm saying? I know they try to do another Andre the Giant with the Big Show and shit like that. I couldn't stand the Big Show. Couldn't stand him. I never liked him. He was just a big ass bully to me. I ain't fuck with him at all. But I never really took the time to watch Andre the Giant because when he was wrestling, I was nowhere to be found. I was not on this earth. And I think when he died, I still wasn't here. Like he died in '93. I ain't I ain't know who he was. You know what I mean? I heard about him. He was, legend, all time great, yeah, all that good shit. But yeah, I ain't know nothing about him. I ain't know too much. You know what I mean? So I can't really speak too much about him. He said Bret Hart. Okay. Trick said, Mazuma, did you see the new top 10 pound for pound list from the Ring magazine? Man, look, I could pull it up, but bro, I ain't gonna lie. If it's not a Mazuma TV pound for pound list, I really don't give a fuck about it. No disrespect to you, brother. I'm just saying. Oh shit. They said Wemby got a concussion. Fuck happened to him? What's the new pound for pound list? Let's see it. Yeah, I seen it. Yeah, I did see this actually. I used to go, Marissa. I used to go to all the WWE events. I was actually in the building for Chris Benoit's last performance. You know what I mean? That nigga Chris Benoit was different, bro. That was a sick motherfucker, bro. Pound for pound rankings, they got Usyk number one still, Naoya Inoue number two, Shakur Stevenson cracks number three. Apparently, he's been there for a while. I didn't peep. And they got Emmanuel Navarrete cracking the pound for pound list. Oscar Collazo moved up to number 9. Devin Haney number 8. David Benavidez number 7. Junto Nakatani number 6. Bivol number 5. Bam number 4. I definitely rearrange this list a little bit. I ain't gonna lie, man. I think I don't really feel like Bivol should be below Jesse Rodriguez or Shakur Stevenson. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I don't see it. I don't know if it's because of his inactivity. I don't know why people, it's like, that's how you know recency bias is a real thing in the sport of boxing. It's like if you haven't done anything for a while and then somebody else come on the scene and do some crazy shit, it's like they forget everything that you did. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know if Shakur should be over Dimitri Bivol. Like, first of all, Bivol got better names that he's beat on his resume. He actually accomplished the undisputed status. And yeah, he didn't go through multiple divisions, but he's already in one of the highest weight classes in the sport of boxing. You feel what I mean? And there's literally a 25-pound gap between 175 and cruiserweight. How many people you know taking them chances like that? Yeah, I don't really like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if Shakur should be over Bivol. Like, does Shakur have a Canelo Alvarez on his resume? And not a diminished Canelo neither. Like, he beat Canelo when Canelo was on his game, like doing his shit. You feel what I'm saying? Do he has an Artur better beef? Who's, I don't see him on the list no more. Probably due to inactivity and a loss. You feel me? But you know what I'm saying? That's a former undisputed champion and Artur better beef. How about Gilberto Ramirez, who went up to be a unified champion at cruiserweight after the fact? Like, come on. Like, he don't got the names like Bivol. He hasn't accomplished what Bivol has accomplished. You know what I mean? I think this recency bias shit is y'all disrespecting Bivol a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. And it ain't like in the Shakur skill, yeah. You know what I mean? But Bivol's skilled in his own right. So yeah, I don't really understand that. Ain't nobody ever dethroned Bivol yet to be getting place number 5. Jesse Rodriguez, he got some good names too. Let's not get it fucked up. Mm, Bam. I guess you could. You got Core under Benavidez. I ain't gonna go that far, but it's not Benavidez's fault. You know what I mean? But if Benavidez go ahead and he beat the shit out of Gilberto, he become unified at cruiserweight, you got to move him up this list too. I'm not putting Shakur at number 3 though, man. I'm really not. I can't do it. Shakur will probably be number 5, number 4, maybe, being generous. You could probably put him over Bam, but for real, for the smaller guys, Bam done be some good guys in them smaller weight classes. It's just that a lot of people don't know them, so they overlook it. Sonny Edwards was a solid name when Bam beat him. Gaio Estrada, solid name. Carlos Quadra, solid name. Even the boy Puma, he was a world champion. Like he beat solid, he beat like top guys in the smaller weights, but because nobody knows them, they don't want to give Bam credit for it. You know what I mean? But all these pound for pound lists are subjective. Not only that, but a lot of these media outlets, when they are formulating these lists, a lot of them formulate these lists based off an agenda as well. Ain't no agendas over here. I already told y'all what our pound for pound list is based off of. His resumes, accolades, skill set, and no PED users. I don't think I see any PED users on this list though, so that's cool. Trick said people may not like what I'm gonna say, but if Benavidez beats Zordo, for me, David goes to number 3 or number 4, depending on how he wins, of course. I mean, Benavidez stacking a nice little resume. I ain't gonna lie, man. Like ever since he fought, Caleb Plant, he been on a roll since then. Caleb Plant, Demetrius Andre, David Morrell, Vosdick. Anthony Yard been around the block. He a solid name. He's fighting some good guys, man. Benavidez stacking a nice little resume. And 3 division champion, they ain't no light feat, man. That's a solid accomplishment. We just gotta see if Benavidez can he be the same fighter at cruiserweight that he was at 68 and 75. That's difficult, man. And Gilberto, he's bigger than Benavidez, so the punch resistance is going to be better. Is Benavidez still going to be in the same type of shape? Is his hand speed still going to be the same? Where's his punch resistance going to be at? Because these dudes punching harder. We seen Benavidez get hurt at 75. We seen him get dropped at 68. You know what I'm saying? Like we seen it. He felt that punching power at 75. He felt Anthony Yard punching power. He felt Morrell punching power. You know what I'm saying? Gilberto, he ain't no soft outing, man. Like that dude's strong. He could punch. But Benavidez got confidence just based off of his abilities and previous sparring sessions. So let's see if that's going to translate to the real fight. Trick said Zuma David will be the first boxer who became champion at 68, 75, and 200. Nobody has ever done that. Not Roy or Tony. Damn, for real? That's impressive. That's a dope. I mean, if that's true, not saying that you lying, but if that is true, like if that's factual, that's dope. I ain't gonna lie, that's dope. If he's able to do it, yeah. We can't put the stamp yet, but if he's able to pull that off, that's like a Hall of Fame accolade right there. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to get into what Oscar De La Hoya said to Conor Benn. Roy never did that. Nah, he never was champion at cruiserweight. He skipped cruiserweight and went to heavyweight and got a world title there when he beat John Ruiz. So he was at one. I think Roy was at 175. Then he moved up to heavyweight to fight John Ruiz, took his belt, and then after he beat John Ruiz for his belt, he boiled back down to 75. Fought Tarver, beat Tarver, but it was iffy John. Then he went and fought Tarver again, and that's when he got sparked and shit went downhill from there. From what I understand. Well, seeing David training though, David still looks fast. You know, his punches still look sharp. You know what I mean? And to be real, David was never a big puncher to begin with. You know, at 68, he just broke you down and beat you up, and beat you into submission, basically. 75 has been much of the same. Cruiserweight, it's not like he gonna turn into this mega puncher. It's not gonna happen. I'll be actually suspicious if Benavidez became this knockout artist at cruiserweight when he wasn't a knockout artist in smaller divisions where a lot of the time he was the bigger guy. So I expect him to let his hands go outwork Gilberto. You know what I'm saying? I expect the speed to be there. Marissa says she enjoyed watching Roy and Ward on the Smoke Fight podcast. Yeah, they got something. What's that shit called? Hall of Game or some shit like that. I like that segment too. I like seeing that because growing up, Roy Jones was like Andre Ward idol. So for Andre Ward to look up to Roy, be cool with Roy on his come up, do great shit, become a Hall of Famer, and then end up doing a podcast with your favorite fighter. That's dope, man. What they call that, like a full circle moment. That's dope, man. That's like the equivalent to me would be like a Tito Trinidad. You know what I'm saying? That would be so dope to get to know Tito Trinidad. I mean, you watch him, grew up watching him your whole life, and now he right in front of you, and y'all got a genuine relationship. Like that's dope, bro. You got Josue says he got Zordo by split decision. Man, okay. That's the first time I heard somebody pick Zordo. I say that. Young T said, I knew Boots would beat Xander, but after hearing Rodney on GHB TV last night, I'm even more convinced he about to do him dirty. Who's Rodney? Who's Rodney? Somebody got to elaborate on who that is. Knew Boots would beat Xander, but after hearing Rodney, who the fuck is that? Am I supposed to know who that is? Young T, you gotta let me know who that is. Shit. No, Rodney King, fucking Rodney Jenkins or some shit. Who the fuck is Rodney? Yeah, I think Benavidez's speed and his conditioning going to overwhelm Zordo. I think it's going to be hard for Zordo to really get the Benavidez. offensively too. Benavidez got some slept on defense, man. I was watching it with Vosdick. He's slipping shots. I mean, he catching shots. Well, this nigga, he wasn't even getting hit clean at all. Benavidez really studies his craft, dog. Like you could tell, he really improved his game. Because when he was at 68, he did all high guard shit, just walking down with the high guard. You know what I'm saying? Now he like incorporating head movement. His feet was never really that good. You know what I'm saying? But his upper body movement with the catching and all that, he got a good little mix up between the two. So Sway said, I just think Benavidez going up the cruiserweight going to be too much. If dude is already getting hurt by 175 pounders, imagine when he feels a cruiserweight power. But we got to take into consideration that Gilberto Ramirez came from 168 too. It's not like he just like this. And he a big motherfucker. Let's not get it fucked up. But, he started at 68 as well. Like, I remember he fought Jesse Hart twice at 68. I remember he fought, Dimitri Bivol at 175. Now he at cruiserweight, so he gradually moved up just like David Benavidez did. You know what I mean? Something to take into consideration, though. So we'll see. Young T said, no, some old head that hopped on the stream. The way he broke that shit down was crazy. I'm actually looking to do like an in-depth breakdown as well, man. And I want to include video, but they be acting so funny with the videos, man. Like, I don't know. I don't want to get. I already got a strike on my channel because of that bullshit. But I shared the screen for like the fucking live fight, the live fight stream or whatever the case is. So I don't want them problems again. Gilberto definitely bigger than Benavidez, but it's like they both moved up to get to that weight class. So it's not like Gilberto was just a big motherfucker who just been boiling down from heavyweight since the longest. He a full-fledged cruise. Nah. Niggas like Badu Jack. Badu Jack started at 68, gradually got the one to the cruiserweight. Yeah, man. That's how I see it. Yo, Slime, what up, brother? Did y'all see did y'all see Oscar De La Hoya what he said about Conor Benn? I mean, he exposed he asked the obvious, and it was a valid question to be honest. Oscar De La Hoya said, at Conor Benn, you went on a press tour saying you want to fight King Ryan and every other champion. How the fuck do you plan to do that when you're signed to Zuffa, who only lets you fight for their unicorn piece of shit belt? God damn. One thing about Oscar, bro, he was fearless as a fighter, and he's fearless as a promoter as well. Oscar don't give a fuck. Like he, when it come to competition, he with the shits. He don't give a fuck that Turkey Al-Sheikh back in Zuffa. He don't give a fuck about none of them. He done talk shit about Turkey. He done talk shit about Zuffa. He done talk shit about Dana. Oscar be on some fuck everybody type shit. And I could respect it, to be honest with you. But let's not act like, Oscar, you haven't done press tours associating your fighter's name with other guys and then not fight them in the end. Like, I've seen what y'all try to do with Virgil and Boots. You know what I'm saying? That shit backfired on you because now you in court, Oscar. But I remember in the whole lead up to that Virgil and Erickson Lubin fight, Boots' name being brought up. You know what I'm saying? Saying how your fighter is going to have him scared and, they shouldn't even show up to the fight, blah, blah, blah. And, and then when Boots pull up and press y'all niggas, now y'all saying, oh, Virgil holds all the cards, blah, blah, blah. And then come to find out, y'all talking about fighting Errol Spence. You know what I'm saying? So Oscar speaking the truth, but let's not act like you ain't do that before. But it's an overall valid ass question. But why are we surprised? Like Conor Benn is one of the most insecure motherfuckers in the sport of boxing. He does not believe in himself. You know what I mean? He's trying to psych himself up to believe that he's one of those guys, getting all these tattoos and, taking performance enhancement drugs. Like all the constant theme of his career has been insecurity and not believing in himself because he's engaged in things to make you feel like he's insecure and not believing in himself. And you know, I always bring it up, but it's true. Like this motherfucker did a hairline surgery on his face to grow a beard because he said he wanted to look more menacing. What man do that? That's secure with himself. Who the fuck gets beard surgery that's secure with themselves? Like I don't understand that. Like, you know, that's just insecure shit to me. I didn't know you need a facial hair to look menacing. Like I just didn't know that. You feel me? You grew up with a silver spoon. You know, your father raised you up well. You never needed for anything. You know what I mean? For some reason, you won't be this big, bad, tough guy. Like, I grew up with niggas who was straight pussy when they was young boys. These niggas got a few tattoos, and now they hard body street niggas. Like, no. Like, I remember you used to get bitched up on the block. I remember you used to get punched in your face, and you would cry running into your crib. Like, I remember that. Like, Conor Benn was one of those niggas. He learned how to fight. He started fucking with the juice. You know what I mean? He was struggling at a UK level against Journeyman. You start fucking with that juice, you start slumping niggas. Then as soon as you get caught up, all of a sudden, all your performances been ass. And whenever you in there with somebody who credible like Chris Eubank Jr., you putting stipulations on them because you scared to fight at a even playing field. You scared to fight. You scared of being in a fight that somebody may have an advantage over you, and you still lost to the nigga. Now you bringing up niggas from old washed up niggas and Regis Prograde up 10 pounds to fight you when they never even fought at welterweight. It's like this nigga's like he's a capper. Conor Benn is a capper. What the fuck? When has he shown you that he want to fight top dogs? Them niggas pressed him about fighting Jaron Ennis, and he made it seem like Jaron Ennis wasn't a name. Meanwhile, he a bigger name than you, more accomplished than you, more recognized than you. Oh, Boots is not a name. Then you said Amir Khan's a name, Kell Brook a name, Manny Pacquiao a name. Those are names. 3 out of the 4 niggas that you mentioned at that time was retired. So you want to fight retired niggas, you want to fight a relevant champion right now. Ain't say Boots' name since Boots signed with Matron. And now you with Zuffa claiming that you want to fight for world titles and shit like that, but Zuffa don't want to recognize no fucking sanctioning body. So how the fuck that work? You see what they did with Ja? You see what the IBF did with Ja? Took that belt right up off his shoulder. So yeah, you're signing deals with motherfuckers who have shitted on sanctioning bodies, said they was going to destroy sanctioning bodies. Dana White said he not acknowledging those sanctioning bodies. So how the fuck you gonna go fight for a fucking world title when the nigga who signed you, who inked the fucking deal with you, refuses to recognize them? How the fuck that work? So Oscar De La Hoya asked a valid ass point. I mean, he didn't ask a point. He asked a valid question. And of course, Conor Benn ain't gonna have no response for that. You know what I'm saying? You see what Hitchens did as soon as he signed with Zuffa, he vacated his IBF belt. Because you know the IBF was probably gonna strip his dumb ass anyway. So there's that, man. I don't really got too much to say outside of that. We all know Conor Benn a coward. All he does is take part. All he does is show us that he's a coward. Based off his opponent selection, based off of, you know, things that he's done in the past, things he's attempted to get away with in the past. You know what I'm saying? He's a fucking clown. But he tatted up from the fucking neck down to his motherfucking ankles, and he wants you to feel like he like this tough motherfucker. You went in the ring and was calling out Shakur. Why haven't you taken the steps necessary to lock in the Shakur Stevenson fight? You was talking all that big shit about Rolly Romero. Rolly Romero out here calling you a duck right now. You ain't do shit about it. You was trying to fight a lightweight Gervonta Davis. Trying to fight a lightweight Gervonta Davis. When niggas in your weight class want to smoke with you, you won't even look they fucking way. Turkey, bro. How about Devin Haney? Devin Haney was willing to smoke your ass. You was over here talking about he boring and how you used that as a route to say that you don't want to fight him. Why you worried about fighting styles? If that shit bringing good money and you feel like you could beat him, why you worried about his style? Why you care about if he boring and you not boring? There's a possibility just based off of how exciting you are that it won't be a boring fight. So what's the problem? You don't want to get your dumb ass outboxed. And we see how drained you look at 47, nigga, but you so pussy to be at 54 that you're willing to look like that in order to have some type of advantage. You are willing to drain yourself and kill yourself to make the weight just so you won't have to see them real killers at 54. If that ain't pussy, I don't know what is. Ain't fight at welterweight in 3 years, and technically this wasn't a 147 contest anyway. Said I could have made 147. Like, why didn't you? Because you know, for one, you drained in a bitch, so you wanted them additional pounds. So you ain't completely kill yourself. And for two, you ain't want to see, you ain't just, you wanted to avoid 54 altogether. You ain't want them problems, bro. Can't beat no top 5 nigga. You can't beat none of them niggas at 54. I ain't gonna lie. Conor Benn ain't beating no fucking Sebastian Fundora. Sebastian would definitely stop you. Boots, pack you the fuck up, get you up out of here. You know what I'm saying? Xander Zayas boxed the shit out you, probably stop you too, to be real. Like, he probably just pepper you up, you know what I mean? Punch you all in your shit. Who else? Virgil Ortiz stops you, probably stop you worse than all them niggas. Like, Virgil will probably pack you the fuck up, get you expedited right back to the UK fucking with him. I think Fedora will probably do kind of bend the worst for real. But Virgil, he's so brutal with how the way he fights. He would definitely pack the shit out of Conor Benn. Who else? Bakra Mortazalia probably just stun him with one jump. Bang! Probably put Conor to sleep. One punch. Josh Kelly, he is stun all over you. He give you a boxing lesson. You know what I mean? You're gonna be trying your best to come forward. You're gonna be hands gonna be down. You're gonna be running you in the counters, turning you, making you look dumb as shit. I can see Josh Kelly absolutely frying you. You cannot beat nobody at 54. So I see why you're trying to get down to 47. But the problem is them killers at 140 going up to 147 now, and you can't beat them niggas no way. You can't beat them neither. You can't beat Conor Benn ain't beating no Teofimo Lopez. He ain't beating no fucking Richardson Hitchens. Richardson Hitchens will have that nigga Conor Benn shadow boxing. And guess what? Richardson Hitchens at 47 now. Conor Benn, and he was Zuffa. You at 47, you with Zuffa. Let's see that. Let's see that fight. Let's see Conor Benn versus Richardson Hitchens. Why not? Let's see that fight. I bet you Hitchens boxed the fuck out of me. Probably run you into a right hand, rock your shit. Like, man, Richardson Hitchens will box the fuck out you. Basically, that's what I'm saying. You ain't beating T.O., you ain't beating Hitchens, you not beating Devin Haney, you not beating the only nigga you would probably beat is Lewis Crocker, and you ain't even want to fight him. Because you said you ain't like somebody on his team. You a hoe. You not beating Ryan Garcia. I'm gonna keep it real. You not. Only nigga you probably beat is Barrios, and he a bum. I think he moving up to 54. Who else? Am I missing the champion? I said Ryan, Devin, motherfucking Lewis Crocker. And oh man, Rolly. Man, listen, man. Y'all niggas keep playing with Rolly and all that. Rolly hit that nigga Conor Benn upside his head, as drained as he was that night. He not doing shit with Rolly, bro. Rolly fast, he explosive, he punch hard. Come on, man. He actually had a weight that he said he comfortable at now. While Conor dead making the weight, you cut into that muscle to make 47. So I know that chin ain't sturdy, because when you cut into that muscle to make that weight, that's when you start losing that fluid in your brain and all that. And the smallest shots be having an effect on you. And that ain't gonna be a small shot that Rolly gonna hit you with. He gonna detonate some shit on your fucking jawline and have your dumb ass on Queer Street, playing with that nigga. You feel me? And that's another thing, like, you know what I mean? Conor Benn ain't been in there with no big puncher yet. Why niggas ain't talking about that? What big puncher Conor Benn been in the ring with? Keep it real. Who is the biggest puncher Conor Benn been in the ring with? Fucking Chris Eubank Jr.? Because, that first fight, Chris Eubank Jr. had you shelled up, snapping your head back, all that shit. Man, Regis' legs was gone. Regis done, bro. Nigga say he was terrified. This nigga Regis said he was going to pull out the day of the fight because he was so scared. I couldn't believe it. Regis just needed to shut the fuck up, bro. Like you ain't need to say that shit, bro. Oh man, I was terrified. Man, I was absolutely terrified of Conor Benn. I was gonna pull out the day of the fight, blah blah blah. What? So you made it clear that you only took the fight because you wanted the money. You ain't take the fight because you believed in yourself. So that means you lost the fight before the fight even before the bell even rung. Like what? If the biggest puncher on your resume moved up 2 weight classes to fight you, you ain't really fought no big punchers, bro. Because Regis may be a big puncher at 140. That don't make him a big puncher at 150. Prime Regis would have gave Ben work. Facts. Facts. Regis was actually nice when he was a young boy. I don't know what happened. I think he just got old. I don't know. The age caught up to him. Legs is all stuck in the mud. After the Zorilla fight, he fell off. I think I said his name. I don't know. I probably said his right. No, I ain't say his name right. I said that last time and I was wrong. Let me see. What was that dude name? Yeah, it was Zorilla. After that Zorilla fight, Conor Benn looked. I mean, Regis looked ass. Even this current version of Spence will fry Conor. Yeah, bro. Man, listen. If Errol Spence is anything like himself, he don't even got to be 100% Errol. If he even have, he'll beat Conor Benn. Man, we don't even want to talk about what Prime Spence would have did to Conor Benn. Would have broke him the fuck up. We gonna see how when Errol Spence come back off of this Tim Tszyu fight, we gonna know. We gonna know. Yeah. Fuck out of here. Keep playing with Rolly. Rolly a pack, bend the fuck up. Shakur will move up. See, niggas know that Conor Benn's so ass. He's so ass. You got Shakur Stevenson, who's scared to fight everybody else at 47, say that he'll go to 47 to whoop your ass. That's how you know you easy work. It reminded me of Jeff Horn when after he beat Manny Pacquiao, everybody came out the woodworks like, yo, bro, I would love an opportunity, man. You know what I mean? Like, I love to fight you, man. That was the first time I seen Danny Garcia call somebody out. That nigga Danny was like, oh shit, I go to Australia for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody knew he was easy work, and Bud ended up getting him before everybody else. You know what I'm saying? But motherfucking niggas know Conor Benn easy work. But Conor Benn harder for them niggas. He just want to talk shit to niggas. He don't want to fight niggas. I mean, that's the conclusion I came to. Conor Benn don't want to fight nobody. He just want to talk shit to him so he can get a little bit of attention on his name and all that. He'd rather argue with you than fight you. I mean, that's a different type of hoe, to be honest with you. But we got any last questions before we get up out of here, man? I'm gonna go back and lay down with my son. It's also the wifey birthday today. Yeah, I mean, she ain't too happy with me, but you know, we gonna make it do what it do, regardless. Yeah, Earl cut the dreads. Yeah, I seen that. That's what's up. I feel like as a boxer, you shouldn't even have long hair because, like, especially if your hair move. Like my hair, I could grow my hair out. My hair don't move though. My hair be like my hair thick, and it's like there ain't much movement to my hair. But let's say you got locks or whatever the case is. Let's say you catch a shot on the high guard and the judges behind you. If they see your hair move, they're gonna interpret that as a punch being landed clean on you. You know what I'm saying? So it's not a like long hair. I've always been against that. Even in the amateurs, like I mean, I got fighters that got locks and shit like that. I'm like, I mean, it's hard to get your head into the headgear, and if your hair is hanging outside of the headgear, the ref's gonna have a problem with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a lot of yeah. The long hair would be a no for me, man. I'm trying to get these young boys with locks shortcuts, but they acting all scary and shit. Appreciate y'all saying happy birthday. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna go attend to that. You feel what I mean? Shout out to the nation, shout out to the mob in the building. I appreciate you guys coming through and showing love as always. Y'all can go ahead and hit the like button on the way out. That'll be very much appreciated. I'll be back at y'all with another live tomorrow to continue cooking up on what's going on in the sport of boxing. Hold on. Young T just asked me something. He said, you see niggas talking about Boots beard advantage now? Bro, look, bro, that's ridiculous, bro. That's fucking ridiculous. I seen Tim Bradley stupid ass talking about that. See, Tim Bradley hating because the nigga to this day still can't grow a beard to save his life. You know what I mean? Like he can't grow no hair at the top of his head. The nigga could barely put together a mustache. You know what I mean? He ain't got no beard. He ain't got no sideburns. So he see that. He like, oh yeah, man, if I was in the commission, I'd make him cut that. It's like, nigga, bro, a beard is not gonna pad a punch. Like, I don't understand that shit. Like if that was the case, Amir Khan would have fucking grew his shit out with that itty bitty chin he got. Listen, bro, if you take some fucking 8 to 10 ounce gloves, if you got a beard right now, take some 8 to 10 ounce gloves and just hit yourself right here on the chin. And you tell me, and your brain gonna rattle and all of that. Right here. Ain't no fucking difference. This shit is not padding anything I'm doing. I'm gonna feel this shit every time. If a nigga really punching, there's nothing that could be done about it. Like, what are we talking about? Why is this like even a conversation? Oh man, y'all Philly dudes, man, you'll be growing your beards up, man. What beard could possibly hold a punch back? Like, what the fuck? These niggas acting like we got motherfucking like airbags on our chins and some shit that just protect us. And nigga, no, that's not how this shit go, bro. And then it's like a commission can't even tell you to shave your beard. You can make it skin tight, where it's like, shade down to the skin, but you can't just tell a nigga to shave they beard. Like, that's ridiculous. Now, what if Boots, for religious reasons, can't cut his beard? Then what? Are you going to violate his freedom of religion? Are you going to violate his constitutional rights as an American? Not to get too political or, sound like a little First Amendment auditor or whatever, but it's a valid question. You know what I mean? So it always be the ugly niggas that be having shit to say about motherfuckers who, may be perceived as handsome. There's always the bald niggas that always talk about niggas' hair. It's always like that. Niggas with fucked up teeth always talking shit about niggas who be smiling all the time. You know why they smiling all the time? Because, they got a reason to, because their teeth is straight, nigga. Maybe if you took care of your teeth, you could probably smile too. Niggas' teeth be all fucked up. Nigga be having a mouth full of butter. Over here hating on niggas that got straight teeth and shit. I've seen them my whole life. Man, you always smiling, nigga. Yeah, I know. I bet you wish you could, nigga. What you talking about? Oh, man, that nigga Mark a pretty boy. No, I'm not, nigga. You just ugly, nigga. And you trying to call me handsome without sounding gay. I already know what it is. Like, that's the type of time y'all niggas be on, bro. Y'all niggas weird. Tim Bradley's a weirdo. You never see Tim Bradley with friends? Like, you never see that. The only time you see this nigga around people is when he's commentating or in a boxing event. You never see this nigga Tim socializing with nobody. This nigga always taking walks by himself. This nigga's always at games by himself. The nigga's a fucking loser, bro. Yeah, you was winning in boxing and shit like that, but you're a loser. The way you move, loser, bro. You be dressing like, you know what I mean? Like, your stomach be big as shit. You know what I mean? You be having belly button sweat on your t-shirts, nigga. Your neck be sunken into your chest. You know what I mean? Face all big. Facial hair all fucked up, nigga. You be looking dirty. You need some beard butter, my nigga. Maybe you probably grow some if you did. You need to go ahead and do that same surgery Conor Benn did to go grow you a beard, nigga. You look stupid, nigga. How you follically challenged up here and still got, you know what I mean? You still got a young boy profile, nigga. Ain't got no testosterone pumping through your shit. Provodnikov that knocked all the follicles off your motherfucking scalp, nigga. Fuck is you talking about? Like, Tim be doing a whole lot of talking. Like, nigga, you was talking about unaliving yourself because niggas criticized you. You soft, nigga. You soft, nigga. Like, you not built. You ain't built like no real man. You be over here trying to talk, telling niggas how you really like that. And nigga, no, you not, nigga. You got a controversial win off of Pacquiao. Niggas criticized you for that. And you was talking about how you ain't want to be here no more. Nigga, you's a hoe, nigga. Fuck is you talking about? And then this nigga ain't got no facial hair, but the little bit of facial hair he do is white. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, this nigga Tim is a loser, man. I respect what he did in boxing. You know what I mean? He be having some solid breakdowns at times, but the nigga's a coon. He's a fucking sellout, which go hand in hand. But what I mean by sellout is he just like Max Kellerman. They'll sell their ass, you know what I mean, for $1. That's just, I tell you, I'll do whatever I'll say whatever you want me to say, boss, as long as you pay me. As long as you give me them honey biscuits, boss, I'll say whatever you want me to say, man. Yeah, master. Yeah, master. One of them niggas. You one of them niggas, man. So yeah, we respect what you did. I mean, shout out to you, the boxer, but you as a person, you a fucking weirdo, cuz. And if ain't nobody ever tell you that, I tell you that. Bitch ass nigga. Go get your shit together, nigga. Go. I mean, go do some Pilates with your bitch or something. Nigga, tighten your body up. You look like you doing bad. Nigga, your eyes be all yellow. Nigga, you look like you got jaundice or something. You and Michael Jordan got the same eyes, nigga. Eyes yellow than a bitch telling niggas what they need to do. They go take care of your health, nigga. Burnt the fuck out. You used to be cut the fuck up when you was boxing. Look like you can't even touch your toes now, hoe ass nigga. Fuck out of here. Nigga walking around looking like a round ass Uncle Ben, nigga. What's that Uncle Ben nigga? not the I'm not talking about the nigga from motherfucking Spider-Man. I'm talking about that Uncle Ben, the nigga, the Ready Rice. Looking like that motherfucker on the Ready Rice now. Nigga, natural whole grain head ass nigga. Man, fuck this nigga, man. Sick of that nigga. Every time I see him, he like, oh, don't nobody know bugs. They're like, I do, nigga. No, nobody know how to tap dance like you need the fuck, nigga. Fuck is you talking about? Hey, man, I'll give you the real, man. I'll give you the real. No, you don't, nigga. Your realness is conditional. You peep how Tim Bradley, you know, since he ain't getting paid no more, now he just be saying whatever he want. So that lets you know that he'll say whatever the fuck they tell him to say. As long as he getting paid. Them type niggas can't be trusted. Yo, like Tim, like there's no reason why your eye color matches the color of your teeth, nigga. Don't understand that. Don't understand that. The fact that your teeth and your eyes are the same color and it's not white, nigga. It's not white, nigga. Yellow than a bitch. Nigga look like somebody pissed in your eyes and that shit just got stuck there. Fuck is you talking about? Look like Kel's pissed on you, nigga, and you wasn't able to get that shit out. I ain't gonna lie. Nigga Lorenzo said, "Tim let white people blow cigar smoke in his face. That's why his eyes yellow like that." Yeah. They be ashing out their cigars on his neck. That's why his shit be all black the fuck out like that. Nigga neck black than a bitch, bro. It ain't because of his complexion neither. Niggas be ashing out them jaws. Whenever Tim be sitting on these niggas' laps, and whenever they feel like ashing out their cigarettes, they just rub that shit on his forehead. That hurt so good, boss. That hurt so good. That hurt so good, boss. Do it again, boss. It's a little blood, but it's okay, boss. Yeah. Niggas be ashing they fucking Newports on this nigga forehead. That hurt so good. I ain't feel like that since Provatnikov, boss. I ain't felt pain like that since Pacquiao, boss. Yeah. They either ashing a blunt on your fucking forehead or they pissing in your eyes, nigga. Either one, man. Get your shit together, Tim. You got kids, bro. You know what I mean? I done had my health issues. I bounced back, thank God. I did that for the sake of my son. Go do that for your kids, nigga. You got a wife and you got kids. You got a whole family at the crib, nigga. Take care of yourself, man. You only got one body. You know what I mean? Take care of your body so it can take care of you, Tim. Put your fucking phone down and go do something, man. Get your eyes colored back white, nigga. They called Tim a boner therapist. Yeah. Nigga said he Bob Arum ashtray. That nigga Tim be quick as shit to smell a nigga gooch, man. Long as that bag right, he'll sniff the shit out of nigga gooch. It's a nasty nigga Tim is, boy. But anyways, man, I'm gonna get up out of here. Shout out to the nation and the mind for showing love. Y'all go ahead and hit the like button on the way out. If y'all appreciated the content, I'll be back at y'all with another live tomorrow night to continue cooking up on what's going on in the sport of boxing. Till then, hope you guys have a blessed, beautiful one. I'm up out of here, man. Peace.